My name is Natalie Champlin. I am the COO in this organization and also the lead strategist for the Marketing to Millionaires Business Accelerator. And I have some of our core key members on the team with me today. We're going to be answering any and all of your questions. So I'm going to introduce everybody to you. First off, we have Sonia Nigley, who is our Director of Sales. She is fantastic. Sonia, how long have you been with the company? 2 years?
2 years with the company, yes.
Awesome.
It's fabulous.
Next, we have Jasmine Claro, who we call the Great and Powerful Oz. She is our Lead Generation and Marketing Director. Jasmine knows everything. She is the glue that holds this company together. And Jasmine, you've been with us for
2 years.
3 years.
More than 2 years, yes.
Awesome. And we also have Miss Sarah Wayne, who is your Profitology Concierge, as well as our Mindset Strategist. She is a master at mindset and supports our clients on the back end, as well as supports you in the Marketing to Millionaires Success Circle. So we are super excited to dive into questions. So let's pull up our first question here. Okay. All right, guys. So first question is, what do you consider to be the secret to the company's success? So let's talk about, we're here to pull back the curtains for you guys and give you the inside scoop on what it looks like to build a 7-figure business and how to build a culture that's profitable and a team that's a high-performing team. So secrets to success. Sonia, why don't you kick us off with that?
I think the number one key to our success is it's the open lines of communication. You know, whether we're having trouble, just getting through the day, or the kids are in the background and it's like, I can't do this right now. It is so awesome to have team members to reach out that is just like there for you to either help you with a solution to what you need to do with the kids in the background, or, to just to have that cheerleader in the background that's just got your back. And it's like, you know what, I got you. But also the lines of communication with ideas and how we can brainstorm with each other and bounce off ideas and tweak things and move things around to where it just works. The team and the mindset that we all have is just amazing.
Totally. I would also add to that we walk our talk and follow the profitology process. Like even in preparation for this meeting, we literally sat down and did the profitology process. So Kelly, what she teaches and how we run this organization, we first seek clarity, then we develop a strategy, and we are always going back to that profitology process. Jasmine, maybe you talk about that a little bit, and how have you experienced culture in this organization? And because you're deep in the marketing and the inner workings of this company.
Yeah. Okay. So number one is that we have developed this culture. Number one, Kelly is an exceptional leader for our company. Like what she teaches with our clients and in the market, she also teaches them in our company. So we kind of we follow the profitology process, and we have developed this culture of high performance. Like we profitology process, we always start with clarity. So even if we have like marketing campaigns, we always start with clarity and then strategy and then the whole other process. So we don't just think of marketing campaigns and then just do all the things and then just put it out there. So it's always we always have this we do things strategically, and that's what Kelly teaches to our clients, and we also do that in our company. So I think that is what makes our company successful. And yeah, so
Yeah, we have a lot of sayings in the background of this company. Like we have a lot of inside jokes almost. And one of the things, like when we're doing project management, we always start with clarity and then develop our strategy. But what we use a tool called Glyphy, and we're always saying we need to Glyphy it. And Glyphy basically lets you see strategy in a visual way. And but yeah, totally from a project management perspective and how we actually operate, you know, just we
Like there's always the high level strategy before you go to the tactics. So whatever Kelly is teaching to our clients, she does the same thing inside her company. And then because she's been doing that like almost every day, it kind of it's ingrained in our mindset that we're also doing the same thing. So like for example, if Natalie and I are collaborating for a marketing campaign, we also think the way Kelly thinks, and we also do the same thing. Like, okay, let's get clarity first. Let's do the high level strategy before the tactics and the small strategy. What is your positioning? What is our positioning? So we always talk about that. So it's like Kelly within Kelly inside our company. So that's how we like use the profitology process inside our company, because we believe in that process. Like you can't just do all things, like do marketing before strategy. No, we don't do that. We always go back to clarity, positioning, strategy. Then we think of other tactics.
Totally. So I think this is a good segue into the next question. So people were wondering, how has COVID affected our business? And Sarah, I wanted you to maybe dive into the mindset that Kelly brings to the organization as the leader of this company, and so not only how has COVID affected us, but how has Kelly's leadership helped guide us through COVID?
Yeah, okay. I love this question. So I would say, every business has ups and downs, right? We all go through that. Nothing's always this trajectory up. And the thing that's so powerful about working with Kelly is she's so solution oriented. It's like we don't focus on the problem, but we're aware of it, right? And then I think just how you handle going through these ups and downs and challenges is, first of all, you feel it anyway. Let yourself be upset about it, or, just be mad that happened. It's okay to have the emotions. But then it's like, what do you do with that, right? Where do you go with that? How do you get into, I'm always like solution orientation. Like that is just the only way that you're going to turn, lemons into lemonade, or like get out of that muck that it feels heavy at the time. And having a great team, having people around you who also can be more focused on the solution. I think if you're around people who focus on the problem and what's going wrong, then you have to kind of fight through that a bit or work through that more. So I think having this team, because everyone on this team is just really high performance. That's what I've only been here. I'm the newest one here. I've been here since September, and it's been so inspiring and motivating to be in that mindset. So
I love it. Sonia, I feel like you have some insights into the nuance of like Kelly's mindset and the things that she's as a leader. Like, let's maybe like talk about some of those things that, because of Kelly's leadership, it's supported us through COVID. Do you want to talk about our micro pivoting and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it is Kelly first and foremost. I mean, I can speak from, the standpoint of not only being a team member, but being a client also. And what you see is what you get with Kelly. It's really, there is no difference from behind the scenes to what you see on camera. Of course, there are, intricacies of, my daughter, she is a big fan of Kelly, and she wants to be taught by Kelly of how to be a personal assistant, so it's like we have those types of things, but, Kelly is always practicing what she preaches. She is always living by example. And it is that mama bear, that she is. It's not only mama bear to us as the team, but, I know if my daughter has a problem, and I know Kelly's going to be like, if she can help it, she will do it, but it's also like that on the client side of things. I can remember as a client reaching out to her when I was frustrated, overwhelmed, when I was scared, nervous. And it was just having that ability to have someone there that takes it and analyzes it for me. So I can look at it logically, step out of the emotion, and just get the job done. And that is what I've loved and I've seen through our whole COVID, through the whole COVID incident. It is, okay, it's here. Okay, let's do something about it. Mm-hmm. Let's not focus on the fact that COVID is here. It's here. There's nothing we can do about it.
Kelly's been talking about a recession for the last 2 years, right? And we've been, strategically positioning ourselves in the marketplace over the last, 2 years to be prepared for this. And when COVID came up, some of the things that I remember Kelly saying to us as a team that really, really resonated and like, I think became anchors for us were, and she tells us to our clients too, like there's no less money in the world. People are spending money and this is the best time to make investments, especially the affluent. I mean, they're looking for opportunity everywhere because talent can be less expensive in this moment. And talent is a key way to grow and leverage and scale a business. So, Jasmine, you want to say something? I see you unmuting.
Yeah. So as I mentioned in our team meeting, like 2 years ago, when I started with Kelly, she is already talking about the impending recession. Like, get ready, recession is coming. You need to be well positioned in the market. So she's been teaching that for the past 2 years, so that when pandemic came, like the world stopped, but then she was immediately able to reposition our company and pivot our marketing campaigns. And then she stick to what she was teaching before. So it's like we even if there were challenges, like pandemic has been, new new situation for everyone. So instead of us like stopping and being stuck in that situation, Kelly saw an opportunity in that situation, like no other. Like, we're not stuck. We're not. This is the great opportunity for you to um, do your business, reach out to affluent markets. And I remember she mentioned something like, um, the money is available for those who are brave, something like that. That's one of her quotes. And then that what has been she has been teaching inside our company, like there's no scarcity in this situation. This is actually the right opportunity for us to market to millionaires, to do this, to do that. So no, that is how she has become a great leader during this pandemic. Like, we don't stop, we don't get stuck. We find for solutions. We've been there are things that we've done that did not work, but those things did not stop us. But we found ways on how to innovate and provide solutions to our situation. So having that mindset, having that leader inside the company, we've seen that, we have experienced that personally as well. That, like for me, I am not that I haven't seen COVID um as a hindrance for us to do our business, but it is the right opportunity. I mean, I've I've done my business side aside from Kelly, and in during pandemic, and I've tested that what Kelly has been teaching. And yeah, so COVID for us, like, it was an opportunity for us um, to pivot. It was an opportunity for us to create more business and to think of innovative ways on how to, you know, thrive thrive in our business. So that's how we see Kelly's leadership in our team.
That's awesome. I want to talk too also about our team culture and how we've created high performance inside what we do. I was brought on maybe 6 months ago to, at a deeper level, I had already been working with Kelly, but at a deeper level to really help her team and help create this team so that she could step out of the day-to-day and be working on the business, and that we could, deepen our high performance. And so some of the things, like one of the questions that we had was like, you guys have the most amazing team on the planet. How do you create that? And how do you create high performance? I think one of the things is we're super clear on what our culture is and what our expectations are of each other. And like we've been mentioning, we hold ourselves to really high standards, and we continually make sure that each person is in their zone of genius and doing the highest level work that they are brought in to do, and not getting stuck in that minutia or not getting stuck in the things that someone else on the team is here to do. So we work very, very smart. We're very KPI driven. We have, weekly reports. We go over things. We're always, we even have outside vendors who are supporting us. And, we've made significant investments in our organization over the last 6 months, 9 months, to the tune of 6 figures plus in team members and organizations that support us in our sales and marketing. And like, I think we are a family, like we do really care about each other, and like we all know each other's kids, and we joke about baby Mav, and like, and there's just so much collaboration and support, that we give each other. And I think as we have gotten hyper focused and really, really good at developing strategy, but then translating that into an actionable plan, that has allowed us to create even better results, because we are so focused on the things that we're best at. And in a way, like, this team, it runs itself, right? Like, we each have our zone, and when we're each rocking out our zone, we make lots of money, right? Like, it's really successful and it works really well.
Yeah. And for some, KPIs are very, some people are fearful of KPIs. But in our company, since we are KPI driven, we use it as Kelly teaches, we use it as a measurement of we use it as to measure our performance, and also if we are achieving our goals. So like, for example, for our profit concierge, Sonia and Sarah, we we have our weekly KPIs set, and if we don't reach them, we think of ways on how to reach our KPIs and help each other collaborate on, okay, what is the best thing for us to support each other on hitting our KPIs. Because if we don't have those KPIs, it's like throwing an arrow without any target at all. So with our company, since we are KPI driven, we are able to measure our performance and adjust and think of ways on how um, to achieve our goals, because we are also working together to achieve our goals. Like, for example, if we have marketing campaigns, how do we get people in our program? How do we get people signed up to our campaigns? So we always do that. For other people, KPIs could be something that um, scary, but we highly, um, you know, um, encourage everyone like to use the same thing because it helps build a high performance team inside your company.
Totally. I know there was a question for Sarah, and it was, how do I boost my mindset and keep it high even when I feel like sinking? You want to talk about that, Sarah?
Yeah, I work with people almost every day about that. So I still see clients, and I also work with people who are entrepreneurs a lot. So one of the things, and I mentioned this earlier, is you just have to, first of all, feel what you feel. I think there's this like emotional bypassing we try to do, where we try to go into just feeling better too quickly. And that actually will create more stress and tension and create more issues down the road. So when you need to just give yourself that, whether it's a pity party for a few minutes, sometimes it's a few hours, but it's like, how quickly can you move out of that? So you don't want to stay in that too long. And so if you find yourself like really wallowing in that for more than a day, then the thing is that you, first of all, find what you actually need. Like, what do you really, really need in that moment? So sometimes like Sonia and I, if we're having a tough time, we'll get on and just talk to each other, just like human to human. You know, this isn't about just being coworkers. This is like really connecting to each other and having someone you can connect to and just talk to about where you're at, what you're feeling. Sometimes that in itself releases the energy. So the first thing is like release the resistance to it. It's there. And then the other part is, what do you want? Like, okay, great, this is where I'm at. Where do you want to go? What's the vision now? Okay, I don't like how, you know, there's too much to do and I feel overwhelmed. What do I actually want? Well, I want more ease and I want to feel more relaxed. Okay, so once you get more clear about how you actually want to feel, like you can actually name it, right? Name how you want to feel. And then what does it take to move into that? So it's like, I see these choice points. You can keep going down that road of it getting more and more, you know, feeling icky or heavy or negative, whatever it is. Or you can choose to veer into that vision of where you actually want to be going and experience. So it's really about how you want to feel. Feeling is the pathway. So without getting into all the tactics or what you want to be doing, how do you want to feel? And then from there, what does it take to move you into that? So maybe it's go for a walk, do some deep breathing. Like I said, talk to somebody who can really hear you. Or it might be you need to change your environment. You know, sometimes if we're in the same space for too long or doing the same thing for too long, we just need to change it up. And, you know, I'll find even just going to work in a different area or putting on some sounds, like sounds can actually raise the frequency, raise the vibration. There's, you know, specific tones and frequencies that will actually create a more like creative and help you see solutions more. If you've heard of binaural beats, I actually use binaural beats when I work. It helps me to stay focused. So there's a lot. I can go into this for a long time, but I'll just pause there. So I hope that answers the question enough.
And that reminds me too of one of the things that our sales partner said to us a few months ago was like, with COVID and everything going on, like essentially what they recommended we do was it's as if we need to wipe the slate clean. And in March, like everybody started at zero. And I think that was that was a mindset shift for me that helped me to see how our organization could pivot and truly innovate and start fresh. And like Sonia says, make these micro pivots to create strategies and to think outside the box and to really define how we're going to be doing things moving forward, which is part of what I think is super exciting about what's coming up for us too. And Sarah, you've been here, 3-4 months or so. And I think that even just the change that what you've experienced over the last 3 months, like we are ramping up at such an accelerated pace. And it's really quite fun. Like there's so much going on with our team. There was a question too, like what has been our most successful marketing campaign this year? Maybe Jasmine, Sarah, you guys want to take that?
I would say the positioning, the the Master Your Message, because it has awakened people who are in the circle who are not like super active before, but they have re-engaged with us, and then we are able to help, really help, and serve people during that the with their one liner and their positioning. And it is our joy that we are able to help them and receive feedback like, oh, this has been a game changer for me. I didn't know that my business is not well positioned. And so for me, we were able, in that 4 weeks, we were able to help a lot of people, and um, teach them the importance of um, mastering your messaging, and your having a the right positioning in the market that will help you stand out in and cut the noise. Because I mean, pandemic, everyone is going online. So how do you compete with everyone who's doing the same thing that you are doing? So that is the most for me, that 4 weeks, that 4 workshop has been the most successful campaign for us, aside from the intensive.
Nice. Someone had posted a question. What are some innovative places to post offers? Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. How do you get the word out? Like, maybe Sarah, will you talk about what's been the most effective way for us to get the word out about our positioning workshops? Because those have been incredible for us.
Well, I think maybe Jasmine and Sonia will have some to add to this, but what I have noticed is just the connection with people and reaching out to them personally. Like, just, I know it's easy to go post an ad or write, we can do that, and that's ways we've had people come in, but it's really building the relationships and authentically inviting people to come join us. And, you know, I think we have to get back to that personal connection. So that's been something I've noticed, and I've learned a lot just being on this team of how important it is to really nurture your relationships authentically.
And if they're asking about where to post those offers, so if you will look at our marketing, we don't actually post our offers just everywhere. We do our marketing for our campaigns, but we don't post our offers, because our offers is depending on what solution we can provide to our clients. So we do our marketing campaigns, but then we get them to book a call with us, and then have that conversation and discover what do they really need. And that is when we craft our offer to them, because we have different programs in our company, in our business. So it depends on what their problem is, and that is where we position our offer. So we do a lot of marketing campaigns to invite people, but then we make sure that we know their business by getting them on a call with us.
Yeah.
So,
and I want to say something to that too, because, yes, there are so many tactical things that we do as a company. There are so many things of where we post things, but really getting crystal clear and having that clarity on what we want our ideal client to be, that's where then we can start developing the strategy, then creating the marketing, and then figuring out, okay, where is this going to work for the best? So having that clarity piece, it's always going back to the profitology process, always, with everything that we do. So that clarity is important when it comes to anything 100%. That you're doing.
Okay, let's go through a couple more questions here. So someone had asked, what's the difference between an outsourced CEO and a traditional outsourced COO and traditional COO? They're the same thing. When you're building an organization, and for example, Kelly is the CEO of this organization and has taken that COO role, and that's where I've come in to support. And so as you grow and build a team to be high performance and to have an organization that works without you, you need to have those two separate roles. You need to outsource the operations so that you have a person who is the visionary in an organization, who is looking forward, who is benchmarking, like, what are the big opportunities we have out there, and then you've also got an implementer who is taking that strategy and turning that into an executable plan that is KPI driven and gets results in your organization. Where are each of us located physically?
I'm in the Philippines. So it's like 2:30 in the morning here.
I think am I the only East Coaster on the team? I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. So have been my whole life. It's crazy.
We have someone from Morocco. So
Morocco. Sarah's an hour.
I'm just outside of San Francisco Bay Area, and Natalie and I are pretty much in the same Bay Area. You're like an hour, right? An hour, yeah.
Yeah.
We see each other.
Yeah, I'm about 20 minutes away from the heart of Silicon Valley. So beautiful. Just moved here actually, and have to say I love the weather. Let's see. Oh, Jasmine, one of the questions for you: what tools do we use for editing videos?
so our team uses Adobe Premiere. You can also use Filmora. And if you don't have that budget yet, and if you're using Windows, you can use Animotica because it's very user-friendly. Yep.
All right, let's see here. We'll make sure we're answering everybody's questions. Yeah.
There's a question from Rob Van Bergen of Pain Free for Life, our client. What's the most dramatic shift you have seen in one of your clients in the program, where they were and where they were at when starting, and what they morphed into?
So I believe that question is actually about Rob. So Kelly has one of her private clients that she's worked with is Rob, and so he's a great example of the power of positioning. And when you get really clear on what it is that you do for people and the result that you create, for example, would you like to be pain-free for life? Like, that's a very clear result and is a great showcase of Kelly's expertise and what she does. I am, frankly, I'm not clear on the exact numbers, so I don't want to give you guys incorrect information. However, I do know that he's gone from a couple, multiple six figures to 7-figure plus. So multiple 7 figures. So it's incredible the power of what can happen when you're properly positioned, when you have the right strategy, and then you have the team who can go and implement that. So, that's like a 10x increase. So that's probably the biggest we've seen in a client.
You have lots of clients actually who were able to increase their business exponentially because they were positioned correctly. Like, their positioning is nailed down, and that they are the go-to expert. They have positioned themselves as a go-to expert in the market, and because of that, they're not just any coach. If they are a coach, they're just not any coach in the market, but they were able to position themselves as the go-to expert, and that is when they were able to significantly increase their business. So we have lots of clients who have been have created that success.
I think another client that I would mention is Monique Gaffney. When she nailed her positioning, like, oh my gosh, the floodgates just opened. She's been closing 5-figure deals and just, she's.
Oh, Natalie, I can speak personally about Monique. I mean, I can remember her in one of our intensives, and just the fear of, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this and enroll, but I know this is exactly what I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it was amazing. I think we both cried when we found a way for her to be able to afford this, and she took off. It was just so beautiful to watch, and to see where she is now is like incredible, knowing where she came from. It was just,
And it's fast.
incredible.
It's so
Yes.
fast too. So if you get in and you get clear and you stay in action, I mean, it happens so quickly. Another person that's coming to mind for me is Wendy Sterling. She's the divorce rehab. She helps women recover from divorce.
Yes.
And she just like literally every week in our calls, it's like, oh, I closed like 3 more clients. And you're like, she is just on fire.
Also, Lauren Kane.
Yeah,
Like-
absolutely.
From coach to, the different positioning that is also in alignment with her zone of genius. So
Totally. And I think that's what creates that is the clarity around why they're different, and they get out of the noise of the marketplace. But awesome. So I don't see any other questions. Let's just wrap up with one last, like, what's one thing from everybody here that you would share with the people who are watching about like what it really looks like or what it takes to build a 7-figure business, to be a part of a high performance team. Let's see. Sonia, you want to start?
I think 100% it starts with commitment. Being committed to seeing entrepreneurs really get what they want in their business. To me, that's for me, it's a beautiful thing. I love seeing the entrepreneurial journey, and I love seeing the aha moments and all of that. So that alone for me, it's actually what I get excited about when I wake up. It's like, okay, whose life are we going to change today? Who are we going to help today? Who are we going to serve today? And just coming from that committed level of, I want to see more. I want more entrepreneurs getting what they desire. And that's what excites. The commitment level of this entire team is amazing. Guys, it's just not about Kelly. It's when you get Kelly, you get everybody, and to have a team of people committed to your success and not having you fail. We don't allow failure, and we will hunt you down. We will text you. We will call you. We will email you. We'll call you out on your stuff. And I mean,
Did you just call back for me? Everybody
I did, Natalie.
Everybody on the team knows I don't use language. And they're also respectful of that. And every once in a while I have to plug my ears.
But no, it is just the brilliance of how everything and everyone in the team just works so well together. And it's just that high performance commitment for everyone. And it's just a breath of fresh air. It's an amazing thing to be a part of. And it's something that I want to keep in my life forever.
That's awesome.
Can I add to those C's, the commitment? So I also see it as clarity, communication, and connection. And really it's the clarity on what are we doing, what's the vision, the strategy, all of that, being really, really clear. And then the communication, which that has been so helpful to just almost over-communicate what's going on, over-communicate to what we're having issues with. I think when we get quiet, then we tend to have more issues happen instead of just like laying it out and talking about it and being open. And then connection, I feel connection with your team, like, we genuinely care about each other. Like Natalie was saying earlier, we genuinely care about each other, real lives and what's going on, and knowing about that is really, to me, it feels nurturing I'm a nurturer. So the connection also with the people in this community, it's so in alignment with what I love to do. Like I told Natalie in a meeting once that like, this is just something I love doing in my day. I love the welcome calls. I actually love knowing I have a full calendar of people to talk to today because it feeds my soul. So just really doing us stepping into our real gifts and what we're here for makes this team work because we're doing what we enjoy.
Love it. What about you, Jazz?
Yeah, so for me, it all starts with clarity. You asked about what it takes to create a seven-figure business and high-performance team. So I believe it all starts with clarity because most entrepreneurs start business without having clear, like, what is the business that I really want to build, and what do I really want to do? What do I really want to achieve? So it all starts with clarity, and from there you can, before you go to marketing yourself in all social media, you need to start with clarity first. And for building a high performance team, it's creating a culture of high performance within your company. And then for us in our team, it's like communication, also clarity in our, in our the work that we are doing inside the company. Like if we have programs, we always start also with clarity, and then communication, yes. And also one of the things that I've also treasured, and I think that what works for us is that we support each other. We always ask our clients, like, how can we support you. We also do that in our team. We always ask each other, how can I support you? Like, for example, for Sarah, Sonia, if they're doing some, they have this, daily calls. How can we support you? How can we help you achieve your goals this week? The same thing that Kelly always asks us, how can I support you? So it, it creates a mindset of, collaboration and helping each other to achieve our common goal, and that is to whatever, like, um for the success of the company. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that. The thing that I would add is it's that the conversation. So here's what I think is the secret sauce behind building a super successful high performance team, organization, culture, that, and I think that is relationships. And I think communication is the relationship. So we build a relationship with our clients, and we do that through our marketing, but we also do that through the high touch, our welcome calls and the events and the things that we have going on internally as a team. We communicate, and when you communicate, you can become so much more effective because you clarify expectations. You clarify the highest value activities, the high leverage work that has to get done in order to produce the result that you want. Having a relationship also with your goals and with your KPIs, and knowing throughout the week, what is it that I need to be doing to make sure that I hit those KPIs, right? And then building that team relationship where we, like, I have conversations with all of these beautiful women individually and with the other people on our team. And I think as we create depth in our communication and relationships, like it's like weaving a fabric really, really tightly. And that strength is what gives us a foundation that allows the company to grow and to thrive. So, okay, it's been super fun to be with you guys today. Let's see. Oh, help me remember. There's an announcement I need to make. While I'm trying to remember the announcement, I do want to say, and maybe someone could pop this in the chat below, if you guys have not texted and opted in to Kelly's, you can personally text Kelly. And here's her number. This is her community number. It's 702-447-0328. Welcome call. That's it. So text Kelly, get on her on her community number, as well as make sure that as a member of the circle, you need to have your welcome call with Sarah before your 30 days of being in here so that we can give you not only a free gift, we can get to know you better and see where you're at in your business and how we might be able to support you best. So,
and also we will be opening more Master Your Message Positioning Workshop starting January. Going forward, we will be opening more slots for the workshop. So get registered to the Master Your Message Positioning Workshop. We will get, once you get registered, you will need to communicate with Sarah so that we can get you in. You can, it says, select your schedule for the workshop.
Fantastic. We've got a lot of epic stuff coming up in the next year, and frankly, we're moving at such a breakneck speed that Kelly is still catching me up to some of the juicy, amazing, fun things we've got going on. So watch for epic announcements coming in January in the next few weeks. Watch for how, and I would recommend you watch how we're doing things and really pay attention to this organization because we've got some really good things coming. So, all right, everybody, thanks for being with us. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.